Okay. Okay. All right. Welcome everybody to episode 31 of Blerd Talk. We got the normal three in here. Y'all already know their name, but we got a guest joining us today because no lie, Twitter is where I stay frosty at. And I saw my man tweet about, and you seen the thumbnail, Cowboy Bebop. So I told my man he had to come on the show. So, Kyle, you want to introduce yourself? Tell the people where they can find you and everything like that. Go ahead and do your thing, man.
Yeah, Black Supreme Kai. You can find me all social media: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. My other Twitter, Black Supreme Kai Gaming, is all really the same, Black Supreme Kai. And I got some merch coming as well. So shameless plug.
My man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Hey, we gonna have to get some of that.
Yeah, that shirt is dope in the anime. I ain't even gonna fuck.
Appreciate it.
So, we're gonna get started with a little bit of news first because I know y'all see it, see the thumbnail. But we just gonna start with we're gonna start first with. We got a lot of hate because we was talking about He-Man Revelations. Is it Revelations? Revelations. That is back on Netflix. And I will be watching it because, as I said when it first came out, it's probably the best thing animated junk on Netflix at the time. I still stand by my decision that He-Man was dope. So I don't care what nobody was saying. That thing was dope. Halo Infinite is free for multiplayer, so you definitely need to pick that up. And
It's a surprise.
This week, what we really came here to talk about, after months of waiting, Cowboy Bebop, the live action series, came out on Netflix. And you can see all the reactions from everybody's face.
I mean, was anybody really waiting?
I was waiting.
I kind of was a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was kind of waiting a little.
So I'm gonna let everybody go around and talk about it, but there were some mixed feelings about it, and a lot of it was bad. But I'll let Nelson. I mean, God, yeah, I'm gonna go first. So I'm gonna let you go first since you didn't finish it, because you said that you were done basically at this point, right?
Look, I got to like the third episode, man, and it just ruined the memory that I had of watching the animation, man. It just really did for me. And man, they got a great cast, bro. They got a great cast with great actors, and I was still like, nah, man, this is not what it's supposed to be. And I think like everybody's on a trend to do live action so much because Marvel has set and Disney has set such a high standard. Oh yeah, we have to get on that. Where the point is that, man, like, where is some good animation at, man? Like, there is still tons of money to be made in the animation field. I feel like CGI is taking over the animation field, man, or live action, it's kind of like converting that way. And it just wasn't my type of, I couldn't even finish it, man. I was like cringing. I was like, man, like, all right.
Damn,
I was like, I'm gonna have to come back to this. I couldn't finish it, man.
God, it was that bad for you, bro? You was cringing watching it? Damn, bro. God.
I was just like, oh.
So
Because you fall in love with the animation characters, and you see another version of it done, and it's just not what you're used to. Yeah, I understand. I can get past it, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna come back to this. I was like,
so your main problem was you don't think it was close to like the anime, well, the original one.
Nothing's going to be close to animation. There's certain things, visuals that, they did a great job doing the visuals, the color, the brightness, trying to be like the animation, but they just didn't hit on the head for me. Like, and the only thing that you have to compare it to, because X-Men, that journey was kind of terrible, but it's Marvel. What it was, the expectation is so high, so that's what I expected. I also like, I love Alita Battle Angel, right? I was expecting it to be like something like that.
That was good,
but it was like kind of like nothing like that. So
Okay.
And like, I know this is a TV Netflix series. I know the budget wasn't as big, and but if they're going to redo these things, like, they need to put the money behind it, because obviously they put the cast behind it. But
you know what though? It's funny you said something about the visuals, because there was sometimes I was watching it, I was like, damn, this kind of looked better than Shang-Chi did. With the visuals, there was some visuals I was kind of like, yo, this is popping. But there's sometimes you could tell they were definitely on a set. You could tell like they had made the set, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see this right here. Okay, Jay, well, I don't know if I should let Kai go on you next, because I feel like you're.
It's up to it doesn't matter to me.
Kai, you want to go? I can definitely.
Want me to go?
In fact, I'm gonna let Kai go, because your man was kind of on it. Oh. So go ahead, Kai, break it down. What did you like about it? What you didn't like?
Here's my take. I agree with your man said about visuals and all y'all said about visuals. I thoroughly enjoyed how it looked, lore of everything, how they got everything set up, how they basically made all the spaceships look together, and all the even the intergalactic travel looked real dope in live action as well. The only thing I truly have a problem with was the story and how they set that up and how it kind of watered down everything. It's like they took all the little bit of playfulness that was in the show and maximized it, and like cut down all the noir, the melancholy feel. Because if you watch the anime, it had like a deep noir, melodramatic ass feel, and they just took all that out and left all the playfulness and just expanded on that for whatever reason. That's the only thing I had an issue with the show. That's why I gave it like I think a 7 or a 6 or something like that when I said on Twitter.
So I absolutely, it is definitely different. And Jay, I saw you giving the head nod.
Like even Vicious felt watered down. We all know how he gets down in the show in anime.
He was probably
like
the
Vicious
worst
felt
personality.
watered down as fuck.
He did, and his personality was probably. There was 2 personalities I had a problem with. I thought everybody was cast perfect. The dude who they got to play Jet, he was spot on. Like
A1, on point.
Yo, I forget his name and I'm going to butcher it, but that dude, he had Jet.
Like he sounds just like the voice actor.
Just like him, dude. Oh my, I was like, bro.
Acted just like him. It was to the T.
To the T. Faye, I had a problem with her in the beginning because her personality was off a little bit for me. I was kind of like, I see why they gave her the hard ass Joan, but Vicious, when his personality, I think the guy who played him was good, but he was definitely toned down from the Vicious from the anime for sure. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It was definitely watered down, and it's like they were taking different pieces of the show. Because you could tell what episodes they were going with, because it was kind of scattered and it was out of place. So, and I'm going to get into it when I talk about Radical Ed, because I'm going to get into that, because a lot of people had a problem with her too, but I'm going to tell you what the problem with that was. But Jason, since you were not real bad, go ahead, bro, because it sounded like you was agreeing with everything with Kyle. Like when he said watered down, you was like, yep.
I was coming here to give it a pass. I really was. Until about episode 5, maybe 6.
That's where I stopped at.
Oh,
see,
episode 6.
Oh, so I was the only one that stopped. I was the only one that stopped.
I finished it. I finished it.
You finished it, but Kai, you still got some episodes.
I still got 4 episodes left.
So
I don't care. You can spoil it. I don't really care because I haven't seen the anime, so I don't.
Yeah, we all seen the anime. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
I
Okay.
stopped at episode 3. I was like, I can't do no more. Episode 3 was.
It got to about. I was like holding back my anime-ness for like the first 5. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be casual about it. I'm just gonna take it in. All anime live actions deviate a lot, so I'm just gonna for once just watch.
That's true.
And then we got about to 5 or 6, and that's when I just started going, oh hell no! Oh no! First of all, off top what Kai said right there, the visuals they look good, but to me sometimes it looked bad because it wasn't the melancholy vibe of Cowboy Bebop.
Mm.
It didn't seem like Cowboy Bebop was funny in ways, but it had some cold to it.
It did.
And
It
this
did.
joint one, it wasn't
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
Fade was okay. Show was cool. We already spoke about the other guy. I'm sorry, I forget the actor's name.
Jet.
Vicious.
Vicious was, he was really watered down. I agree with that. He really was.
I'm like, he's human. He got emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, at times I felt like I was looking at like a George Clooney Batman and Robin villain sometimes.
Jesus
the way he
Christ.
would react and get angry at him. It was borderline. Like, now when he did the whole, they have the scene where he turns on the syndicate.
Yep, that was
That
good.
was a cool scene.
Yeah.
That was a cool scene. Yeah,
Yep.
that was cool. That was cool. But outside of that, I was like, they killed Vicious for me.
They did kind of kill. They did kind of kill Vicious. They did. So
Ed was, before
go
Ed
ahead.
was trash. Last night, Ed was trash.
I ain't got to Edge. I haven't seen how it.
Look, sorry, Kyle, you about to witness
What
something.
episode? What episode? So I can brace myself. What episode?
Yo,
does
the last
come out of?
He is
The
last one.
Yo, he is.
They brought her
literally
in on the last one?
This
For
last
what?
one.
a minute,
So,
maybe two
and
at tops.
This is where I'm going to break it down for you right here. This is exactly
It was
what
my
I'm going to break it
favorite
for you.
character.
So
I mentioned her.
and they actually mention her, but in the episode where I don't know, y'all may be past it, but did you see the hacking one? So basically, Spike sits in the chair. Did y'all get to that episode? So he sits in the chair, and that's the episode I thought they was going to put Ed in, because literally they have to.
That's all she does.
Right, and the thing about it is, when we first meet Ed in the anime, she's trying to hack the satellite, and put the satellite stuff and do it. So I was like, okay. And actually, Jet looks on his little messenger thing. He says, "Hey, Radical Ed just sent me a message." So I'm like, "Oh shit, we about to meet Ed." Nope. Netflix is like, "Negative, Ghost Rider. We gonna put that shit on the end." so it's bad when you first meet her. Like, Spike is face down. You'll see when you get there, but he's face down, and Ed is like in the camera, like, Spike. Like, she has the personality down. She acts just like Edward from the show. But when you first meet her, the only justification you get that she's Ed is that, and see, people who don't know the anime, all you're gonna get is that she's a loud child who knows who Spike is. That's it.
He sounded annoying.
But I really don't think
It doesn't sound annoying in the cartoon. It's
So,
more
yes.
the gleefulness of what she doesn't even know what she's really doing with hacking. She's being an actual child. But this chick on this screen was annoying.
And that's what I was going to say too, because when you first meet her in the anime, you learn a whole bunch of things about her. You learn that she's a hacker. You learn she got heart. You learn that she's playful. But you don't get none of that when you first meet her. So you're like, who the hell is this person? So I know why everybody had their problem with Ed, but you really got to brace yourself, because I was not expecting that at all. I was kind of like, Jesus Christ. It was like,
What a way to end this.
Right, it was a crazy way to end it.
And the ultimate for me was Julia's storyline. That really, like,
Yeah.
It's like it wasn't like a true adaptation. It was like a reimagining of like the entire world.
Exactly.
Like, they didn't make this for us, like niggas who watch like the hardcore anime fans. They made it for casual people and whatnot. So once you get that, you have to get that in your mind watching it, because like you can't go into this thinking it's gonna be like the anime. That's what I went in thinking. I was like, I can't.
Facts.
It's not gonna be the same. The only one that I can say was a good anime adaptation, Rurouni Kenshin.
That was good.
Okay.
That was
Beginning
good.
and the final.
That was
on
good.
Netflix. Those two were amazing.
Fire. Those were fire. And
Yeah.
you literally said something that we talk about on the show all the time. All these movies, anime, all this is not for us. This is not for people who watch the old stuff and read the comic books.
It's the same shit they did with Mortal Kombat when that movie came
The
out.
same thing.
That wasn't made for us. That, like, the ones that played the game and is used to it, that was made for like people who never heard of it, which is kind of weird because everybody in the world plays Mortal Kombat.
But so the thing is, should we accept this new standard? Because I feel like they're still pushing out a product that is not living up to what it can potentially be.
Well,
I'm
that's
going back in my cave.
I'm
Just
going back in my cave. Well,
No
the thing about it is,
more.
the thing about it is selling. And at the end of the day, if it don't make money, it don't make sense. So
Yeah.
along the road, it's doing. See, and here's the thing too. I'm knee deep in Cowboy Bebop where I want another season of it, like in the new one. Jason, I see you rubbing your back.
Yeah, I haven't seen the last 4 episodes, so I don't know just yet.
But
I would rather them redo the animation than come out with a live action, man.
But literally, if they do that, what are you getting but a 4K version of it?
A remaster.
Yeah, a remastered version. Like, I think that's the best part about Cowboy Bebop. That it aged so well. Like, you can literally watch it right now. You can watch it 30 years from now.
It still holds up to this day.
It still holds up. That's the best thing about Cowboy Bebop. I thought they had the music good. They played Goodnight Julia in the joint. You know, that's my song from the joint. They banged the Goodnight Julia. I thought it was good, but like you said, it wasn't on par with the anime. But I wasn't expecting that, Kyle. You said it right. I wasn't expecting that. I knew it was going to be something different, but there were some things that could have been better. Like, but I'm definitely invested enough where I'm like, yeah, I want to see season 2.
Even Juliet being the leader. Sorry, y'all. Even Juliet being the new leader of the syndicate.
Yeah,
you like all of that.
Look
I'm done, bro.
What?
So yeah, so at the end,
The church scene.
Yeah,
The church scene ends way different than it did in the
it
anime.
ends way different. Way
Julia
different.
shoots Spike out the window and handcuffs Vicious and captures him and locks him in the boiler room.
Right.
She says, since you're the new leader of the syndicate, you know, your face doesn't need to be shown.
Right,
So since
because
I'm
you're
your
an elder.
wife, they're married. Since I'm your wife,
Right.
I'll be the leader in your steed. She's the new leader of the syndicate.
Now, I will say, when that happened, I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck. I literally was sitting here, I was like, God damn it. But look.
That don't even make sense.
But yo, when she shoots about the window, you literally should have saw my face. I was like, wait, what? Pause. Wait a minute. Time out. I was like, what? Yeah, but that's what happens. They make her the leader of the syndicate. Well, she kind of makes herself the leader of the syndicate. Like, look at I was like, what the fuck is going on?
It's definitely different. Yeah.
The guy was like, what the fuck did I? What? He's
That
like,
don't even make sense. What?
Yep. That's literally what happens.
Apparently, from the quote of the creator, he's not the anime Watanabe creator, but the movie creator. They didn't want Julia to be portrayed like she was in the anime. Like they wanted her to be more like a cage bird, and
Who
still
got
have
her?
a voice and
Yeah.
can stand on her own. Whereas in the anime, and there was still nothing wrong with her portrayal in the anime, but she was a dream for at least 90% of the anime. But that was the love of it, though.
Yep.
That's what kept Spike going. The
Right.
memory, the dreams.
And you know what? I really thought, because there's a few episodes that stand out to me in Cowboy Bebop, and I really thought they was going to actually do the Jupiter Jazz one. Like, that's one of my favorite episodes, because, you know, that's when you get the whole dude that's when you first meet Vicious. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was kind of like, okay, well, maybe they're going to do that, you know? And I was like, God, they definitely mixed it up. Like, they really did. Well, I did think it was good, but now when you say it and the way you putting it, and now since Kai hasn't seen it, it kind of makes you go like, man, I'm a drug addict. Why do I like this shit?
And just like you said, one of your favorite episodes, Josh, they had one of mine and they did it great to the T. That's what locked me in, which was the Red Eye episode.
Red Eye, yeah.
All the way.
First one, yeah.
Yeah, that was
All the
fun.
way.
I was like, yo, they're really doing this.
It was
I'm like,
damn near-
okay.
it was
Yeah,
damn
that's
near
what got
scene
us
for
hooked in. It was
scene.
like the Red Eye episode. Because okay, this might be all right. And then they got to no. Here's what got it for me. When it got to the Udai episode,
Yeah.
when those prisoners broke out. Well, in the anime, they're still out in that spaceship trying to figure out how they gonna get out of there. They never make it anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Udai is roaming around like it's nothing,
Like it's nothing.
which is threw me off. I'm like, what?
He was though, straight roaming around like
you
it's
roaming
nothing.
around like ain't shit. We out here like.
Move.
Bro, oh my God.
And,
I will tell you, Jay, I did have a problem with some of the fight scenes too. The fight scenes kind of looked a little cheesy. And Nelson,
I mean, the
Cowboy Bebop, I'm
opening
not gonna
scene,
lie.
bro. Like, oh my gosh.
You don't really care for fight scenes in Cowboy Bebop,
that
though.
is
Honestly.
true because it's more about
That's
the
not
story.
one where you go to like see good fight scenes.
That's true.
They got more gunplay than anything.
It felt so cutty. It felt like
Cut and paste.
yeah, literally, like when he do a move, he be like this, and then they look at the camera. I was like, "Oh, come on, guys!" But like you said, it is a Cowboy Bebop one, so you're really going for the story.
Yeah.
But it's funny because Nelson, you just like, I gave up. God's face, like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? What do you mean Julie is the crime leader of the syndicate?
Now I gotta watch the last one of those tonight so I can see what y'all talking about.
Yeah, so, and when you see it, I
Josh.
really want to see what you say. What's good, Jay?
Episode 8 villain, the dude that was afraid of dogs.
Yeah, they kind of butchered that one too.
Tell me that dude did not look like Street Preacher from Johnny Mnemonic, son. Remember
Hey,
Street
son.
Preacher?
When you talking about with Keanu Reeves, though, he
Yeah,
did.
Ice-T.
He did.
The villain, who was Dolph Lundgren? Was that Dolph
Was it Dolph
Lundgren?
Lundgren? Was it?
With
No.
the long white hair?
Yeah, I know who you're
That
talking
was
about.
Dolph Lundgren? I think that was Dolph Lundgren.
That episode was kind of,
Dude who thought that was...
and the
Oh,
way
go
they
ahead, I'm
did his
sorry.
story. Yeah, so you know the episode where the dude floats and he's trying to kill Spike, and you know, in the anime, like Spike's trying to shoot him and he can't do it. They actually they bring that dude, but the way they bring him in is real cheesy. It's like that one was kind of bad too. Like that, damn near scene for scene from the anime though. I mean, damn near scene for
I
scene.
ain't got to that one yet either. Where that floating bomber's around? Nah, I ain't got to that one.
Man, I was like, and the whole, because damn, I don't even think you made the episode with Ian, because they don't even stay together. Like Ian, I said Ian, but Ian, and the way they do that too, like I would have liked them to do the mushroom episode, like when they eat the mushrooms and Ian's just like bouncing around. That would have been a dope episode.
That would have been a funny episode.
That would have been a dope episode. Like, and that's the thing, because they leave Ian because somehow I could talk to the dude, the bad dude who could float through his eyes, because they were doing experiments on him. So they leave Ian on a planet. Then they come back. You don't see Ian for like 3 episodes. Then they come back and come to find out Ed, they found Ian because they're together. So like you see Ian and then you see Ed, but you see Ian behind him. You're like, oh, they found each other. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna go into that, how they found each other and everything like that in the next season. But it was kind of like, so you dropped Ian off and now he's back. But how did he find Ed? That you know, how did they find each other? So
Should have stopped at 5.
God, I watched the whole thing in one day. I watched the whole thing.
Then one day.
Yeah, I got off of work. I was like, you know what? I'm setting up shop. I sat here. I had my Duns, my Superman Jones on, and I literally watched.
TMI.
I literally watched that show.
He did it in a day.
Right, but I did it in a day because I really wanted to see it. I really wanted to see it, and I did it in a whole day. And I gave it like a 7. I gave it a 7. Even with his bad stuff, I gave it a 7. But I feel like Kai, what God said, I didn't go in expecting it to be like the anime. I knew it was going to be different. The problem was just how different and how bad it was going to be. But the feel of Cowboy Bebop, I got from it. I got that whole feel like.
You did?
I did. I'm like, it wasn't the same exact
I would
thing.
say that from the artwork.
Yeah, it's not like the same when you first watch Cowboy Bebop, like, damn, this shit's vicious. But I kind of was like, yeah, that's doable. That's doable.
Of every remake,
It was no grit though, man. It wasn't like
it was no grit. And when Kyle said about Vicious is really watered down. Like, because even when you first meet Vicious, you're like, damn, this dude not to be fucked with. But then
he's cold-blooded.
they make him die like a clown in here, because like you're like, okay,
he got a father and all type. He got a father, bro.
Man, that joke. So I kind of, like I said, I gave it a 7. I liked it. I really want to see season 2. So I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I gave it a 6.5 because of the story. That's it. And how they set everything up as far as that.
I definitely feel
But
like this
Not
was
like
gonna
a
be like a
foe.
2-on-2
I gotta see the next 4 episodes to like get a true
feeling.
grasp. Because I'm
Yeah.
on I finished episode 6, so
Man,
we'll see from there.
I'm curious to see what if you got time next week, you can come back, because to be perfectly honest with you, we kind of have this all the time. So it's not like one person, one set crew. We always have people join. If you want to join in, so it'd be good to have you come back and be like, so guy, how was it? And you just be like, man, shit.
It might be a little different. I might give it a 5 if I watch this next 4 episodes. You never know.
Foe.
I'm
See?
gonna tell
That foe.
man, and see, Twitter's the worst place because somebody had put a picture. All I saw, it was like 4 white dudes looking like this. And it was like my face when I saw Radical Ed, and I was like, oh shit, it's about to be bad.
It was
about to
terrible.
And it was a terrible intro for Ed. It really was.
The crew broke up.
Right. Crew broken up. It really was. It was a bad.
They just kidnapped my man child. They just they humanized the whole situation.
I was laughing at Jet when he was at his daughter's little play, and like Spike was getting his ass beat outside. That shit was funny.
The background, yeah.
But I thought that joke was alright. Like Nelson, I'm really sorry that you 3 episodes in, you was just like, fuck it.
I couldn't, man. Look, man, I'm sorry I couldn't. I might go back to it, but
You ain't
I
going
have
back
to.
to
I
it.
have to be entertained, man. Like it just wasn't entertaining for me, and it just ruined. It ruined it for me, man. Like I just remember late night watching, Cowboy Bebop. Even when I'm not supposed to be watching it, it really ruined it for me.
That was another thing. It was missing that late night feel, because Cowboy Bebop feels like you should watch it past 10 p.m.
True.
Like with this, you can watch this on a Sunday afternoon.
They cursing,
right after church.
they cursing on the cartoon.
He said you can
What?
watch it Sunday right after church.
Like that's how it felt with the show. Like the anime felt like you gotta watch this on Adult Swim, 10 p.m., 12 a.m. type shit.
That's
but
right.
this, you can watch this Monday, fresh off work, during work, whatever, and it still feel the same.
It does.
Reach.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie. The intro, when they nailed the intro, I was like, yeah, this shit gonna be fire. Like when I saw the intro, I
That's
was
what
like,
I thought too. That's how it got us.
They nailed the
fool was
outro.
all with that in that first episode.
They
They nailed the intro. They nailed the outro.
That's it. I was like, they got it. I was like, yeah.
Look,
Especially on the first
they
episode.
might. Look, they might need Quentin Tarantino to direct the next one.
Bro, oh my gosh, man.
Hey.
Nah.
Man, Quentin gotta sit. He gotta sit at home. I don't want no bullshit with Cowboy Bebop. He gotta sit at home, bro. Man, I know I'm like very few with it, but I was very pleased with it. Like it was enough where I was like, yo, we got to do an episode on this, because I felt like this was like pretty big. I didn't want to wait. I was like, man, God, we need to do this. Like, and in fact, me and Jason talked about doing it Sunday, but I actually waited because 2 people was like, hey, Jay, you need to wait until Tuesday or something, give us some time to finish. Man, Kyle, I feel kind of bad because that you didn't finish it and that we kind of spoiled it for you. I feel kind of bad. But like, I'm like, shit.
I don't feel bad. I'm only 3 episodes in, and I was like, I'm done. I'm done.
And then,
I'm still watching.
yeah, man,
Yeah.
I called this food Javi. I was like, hey, bro, we talking about Cowboy Bebop. He was like, psh, I only 3 episodes. I was like, damn.
I said, I'm not finishing it either. I said, I'm not even finishing it. I'm not even worried
He was
about
all demanding. I'm not finished. Okay, hold on, baby. I got you. All right. Don't take your aggression out on me. But man, I just knew, and it's funny, Jason. Guy's like a real big anime head, you know what I'm saying? We like animes on, Twitter and all that, and we be talking about it. But it's funny because Jason really kind of got me into anime. Like, I used to watch a little bit with my father and grandfather, but Jason started putting me on to the hardcore shit like Berserk and shit like that. So, when I first, and it's funny because we talk about a lot how some animes get washed down over time, and we always bring up that fucking Full Metal episode.
Oh man.
Hey, son. Hey, you know what? I told you. I found a place to do it. On Father's Day, I'm gonna wear a Happy Father's
Chill. Cut the stream, bro. Y'all not gonna keep bringing that up. I don't want to.
Man, so I have this shirt where the dog and the little girl
Stop.
from Full Metal Alchemist or
Stop.
Fusion, they do this. And I walked into
Oh
the
yeah,
I
Stop.
walked into the
Can we
grocery
talk
store.
about something
I walked into the
Where
grocery
you
store.
find that shirt at?
So it was
Hey,
on.
bro.
It
You
was
know
on
what? I
this site
saw the
called
shirt too,
Redbubble.
Josh, and I was like, that's messed up.
So this
Hey,
dude
you
showed
wild
me.
for that, man.
I sent you the link for it, Kai.
You wild as hell for that.
Hey son,
We gotta talk about this.
it's a game changer when you walk somewhere because the people who know, the dude literally stopped. He was walking out the grocery store. He said, "Bro, that's the most fucked up thing I ever seen."
That is, though. You fucked up for that for real. I ain't gonna lie. God,
Violation, yo. Flag on the play, dog.
Bro,
Oh my
that's the most
gosh.
fucked up shirt I ever seen. And dude, it just always starts a conversation because then people are like, "What's wrong with the shirt?" So then we were like, "Man, if you know, you know. If you don't, it's no point in
you
trying to
watch the
explain
show,
it."
you
Right. So, but over time, we talk about that how animes get watered down. But Jay, go ahead.
I wonder if they did that live action. I never seen it, so I don't know. I wonder if they did
probably
that
not.
live.
They,
Probably not.
that scene can't go
Ain't no
nowhere.
way, though.
Bro, I remember first watching
that'd be
that.
too cruel, man.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm a man about my shit. I almost cried. There were tears on the edge of my eyes. There were tears on the edge of my eyes.
Hey, I didn't even
stunned.
notice. Yeah, I didn't even notice until like after. So I was like, I still didn't understand. Then light bulb clicked off. I was like, oh
Yo,
man.
the minute.
After that part, I really had to stop watching for a minute because I'm like, damn, that's kind of fucked up. He do that to his own daughter.
Oh
my God.
He fused his daughter with his dog.
Like, yo,
And then I
I'd
made it
rather
even worse.
have a kid
I
off
was trying to save her and made it even worse because she hurts in pain every single day now.
Man, and then when the girl spoke and was like, "Eric," I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Cut it off!" I was like, "Cut this shit off!" I was like, "Whose man is this? Who made this, bro?" So, man, oh my gosh, but that's it. That's what anime does to you. That is supposed to be emotion. Like I tell people all the time.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer is another one. Demon Slayer is another anime where I can fully stand behind because it looks good, the storyline is good, and even when the movie came out, I was kind of worried about the movie, but the train jump was fire.
That movie was fire.
Fire,
what,
bro.
what I like about what Demon Slayer is doing, because they're just all the episodes are rotating into a movie.
Yeah, that's dope. I do like that. That man, and it's funny because I was kind of behind on Demon Slayer because Kai may hate me for this. I don't do sub. I don't.
All right, y'all.
You don't do sub. What?
Thanks for having contact.
You read the manga?
You don't do manga or sub.
No,
you don't do
You
manga.
read the manga?
I will read
Because
the
I finished the
manga.
manga like a couple weeks ago.
So I will read the manga, but I have not read the manga. I have not read any mangas lately. And Jason
This is beautiful.
Okay.
So Jason reads all the manga. So he delivers that.
I read the
news to
mangas
us.
too.
Oh well, Nelson read them. See, I can't stand. In fact, the only thing I probably watched sub was Erased. That's probably the only thing I watched sub.
I had my foot on his neck about this for years. Okay, so don't.
You lazy,
blame me.
John. You lazy.
My foot has been. I tell you, my foot has been on his neck about sub for years. Okay.
I feel like I'm going like this the whole time.
for years.
Like that, bro.
What?
Watch Demon Slayer dubbed.
So I know. I'm
sure
a
it's
hater.
good. I'm sure it's some good dubs here and there, but sub man, it's
Man,
something
I
else.
know.
I don't know, because the only good dubs I've seen are the ones that come from the 90s and early 2000s. I ain't seen no like recent. No, I take that back. Great Pretender on Netflix has a good dub.
Okay.
I need to see that. Okay.
It's about, and it's not even no superpower, supernatural. It's like these dudes are conning folks, kind of like the movie Focus with Will Smith, Margaret Robbie. That's an interesting one.
Now, see,
Great Pretender on Netflix.
Great Pretender. Okay, I'm gonna have to dabble in that. But like, I don't
remember the
it's
last
so
dub
hard for
anime.
me to
That's the
watch
only
sub.
good dub I've seen that's like out recent. But as far as like this new generation anime, I stick with sub on that.
Do you
Sub
watch
I watch.
everything? Do you watch everything sub? You watch everything sub? Guy?
Yeah.
For real?
Like the old school ones, like Yu Yu Hakusho, Inuyasha, Dragon Ball Z.
Yep.
I did watch Dragon Ball.
Cowboy
sub.
Bebop.
I did watch
Those
Dragon
I watched dub because that's what I grew up watching. Those in was dub, not sub. But this new stuff like My Hero, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, I watch all that sub.
I have not seen Jujutsu Kaisen yet. I have not seen that joint yet.
I read
Hey,
a little
God,
bit
have you
of it.
seen
not seen
Shield Hero?
Shield Hero.
Shield Hero?
Haven't seen that one either.
Hey,
I ain't even heard of that.
Good anime.
Rising
Good
of the
anime.
Shield.
Yo,
Yeah.
so you seen it, Jay? You seen that, Joe?
I read it.
Oh, I
It's
forgot you
once
the
a
manga
month,
person.
though.
Yeah,
It's
you
like once a month, but
In fact,
Yeah, it comes out late.
I'm about to say I got some Dragon Ball manga over there, but I asked me the last time I cracked that shit open.
Oh, and there's a new one out, Tokyo Revengers. I don't know if y'all seen people talk about that one.
That's my joke. That's my joke.
Tokyo Revengers.
Tokyo
Yeah,
Revengers.
I'm reading that
okay.
manga too. It's almost done.
Damn,
Yeah.
I need to step
It's
my game
almost
up.
done.
I need to step my game up.
I love. Hey, Tokyo Revengers is lit, man.
I
So
like
you
the
just talking
manga
about
better.
Bruh.
Oh dang! Well, it's crazy because I like the animation of the Demon Slayer better than the manga.
Oh.
Yep.
Because-
Yeah.
You, it's funny because when I first started watching Demon Slayer, like I said, I was kind of like a year behind. Like I was like a year behind because I just was watching other crap. I know I was watching Doom Patrol and Titans when it came out, so I was like, let me catch up on this. And my man with the orange hair, I've always forget. You know, names and me are terrible.
Zenitsu.
Man, hey son, the first time that dude, when you saw him not playing around, because when you first see him, you're like, man, this man's a crybaby. Every
He
time
always crying. Yeah, he like Deku, always crying.
he always damn crying. And then when the dudes with the drums and all you see is this man go across the screen, you're like, oh shit, hey yo, this dude nasty with it. You like,
They don't
That's
even
what
know
got me
he has.
into it. Somebody had posted that clip, that exact clip on Twitter. I had no clue what it was. And like I think the first season was already done, so all 26 episodes were on Hulu. That's what got me into Demon Slayer. That exact clip you talking about.
that scene, I'm trying to tell. I remember like, oh man, this dude gonna die. I was like, and then he jets across the screen. You're like, the hell just happened? You're like, what the fuck? You're like, oh shit, this dude didn't woke up like his inner being or some shit like that. But even on the
Yeah.
train, Joan, when his boo Nezuko was getting attacked, you see your man came out the back of the train.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, he came out the back of the train.
Hey, look, the power of the PUSS.
Hey, son, go ahead, son.
Right?
When
That's
your
one
man-
thing he don't play about is
He
Nezuko.
don't
I'm
play
telling you.
with Nezuko, bro. When I knew when Nezuko was getting overwhelmed, I just knew it was coming, but I was not expecting it to come like that. Your man flew out the back of the train and he was like, I'll protect you, Nezuko. I was like, hell yeah. Kick the hell yeah. Hell yeah. I was like, yo, this shit is fire. And it was funny because, Jay, I think you told me it was on Netflix. You was like, oh, the
Yeah.
train's on Netflix. I was like, Funimation. I was
Sure.
like, for real?
Hulu.
I said, oh, shit. I left
It was
work.
on Funimation. It was on Funimation. That's
It was
right.
on
He's on
Funimation.
Funimation.
When you told me that shit, I
Watch
left
it,
work. I was like, no,
yeah.
it's time to go watch Demon Slayer. It's time to go watch Demon Slayer. I was like, damn.
Man.
But see now that's what we're getting into. So now Demon Slayer comes out, or it's already out. You know, Cowboy Bebop's been out. Do you think Demon Slayer is going to age as well as Cowboy Bebop?
It better.
It better.
I think so. I think so, just because of the visuals are so top notch right now, man. And there's a lot of ones too. Like Kai was saying, Tokyo Revengers, like that has a great storyline too, man.
I need to see this joint.
It's like you can see. It's so crazy because you can see the character change within the episodes, man. Like it's
Damn.
such a good
Yeah, I
progression.
gotta write this shit down.
And they went, y'all read the mangas of it. The story went like way what it was originally was supposed to be, but it's still fire, son. It went from one thing to the next, and
Damn.
it never lost momentum. It never lost momentum with the shift of the story.
Tokyo
Never
Revenge,
That's
right?
one thing I appreciate about Demon Slayer. That shit, it'll get low, but it's like real quick.
Be
And
changed
then
right
it'll
around.
pick right
Yep.
back up, and
Back
then
up.
you on to the next.
Yep.
Kind of like Yu Yu Hakusho. That shit doesn't drop at all.
Yeah.
That's one of my all times right there, man.
You. Yeah.
Netflix is doing a live action of it, and I will not be there.
For real?
And One Piece, they already done casted One Piece to release photos
Well,
for
y'all,
that.
Yeah.
y'all know how I feel about
Like-
One Piece.
Take the leap, Josh. Take the leap.
That one episode, I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Why is this taking so long?
I don't really like One Piece either. I'm not gonna lie. So
Yeah, One Piece now. Well,
I never
It's
listened. I
hilarious.
saw the first 5 episodes of One Piece, and then I saw how many I had left. And I was like, you know what? I can't do it.
Hey,
yo,
that's how it was with Bleach, and I appreciate
I don't-
Bleach artwork.
Bleach.
towards black people. I appreciate their artwork towards black people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did
But
not.
it's like I saw all the episodes I had left after the first 5. I was like, you know what? I'm good.
So this is an investment I ain't willing to
Bro,
take.
well, it's funny because
And then we just got to their 1000th episode, I think, last week or this week or something on Sunday.
1,000.
Yeah, like what?
I caught I binged long time ago. By the way, long time ago.
1,000
And I've
episodes. It's still One Piece still going?
Yes, it's 1,000 episodes out right now.
Even in the
Bro,
mangas is still going, but the mangas is. I'm not gonna say coming to an end, but they're getting to the finality of the whole thing. Finally, in the manga.
I almost got
They need
stomped
to,
at.
man.
I almost got stomped
It's
at
so much
BlerdCon.
lore.
I almost got
It's so
stomped at
much lore.
BlerdCon because I said that Dragon Ball needs to end. I said Dragon Ball needs to end. At this point, Dragon Ball needs to end. It really does. I really want my man Vegeta to get his time in the light, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I really
Got a
don't.
new form. What you mean?
Really not.
But
no
see,
form.
but that's what Dragon Ball is literally becoming. What The Walking Dead was. It's not, and when I say that, The Walking Dead was good, but then it just was like, who's gonna die this season? That's what it came to. And I definitely feel like Dragon Ball has come to that. Okay, they're going to get outnumbered. Somebody's gonna get a new form, and we're gonna be back.
Yeah, and it's always Goku.
It is always
Goku.
It's always Goku.
Always, you know, they gonna do what they need to do. Goku gonna find some way to go ape shit, transform into a new form, and then he gonna beat the hell out of whoever he needs to. And
it goes like that every arc for Dragon Ball. Every time. It never fails.
He did that on the last arc in a way. It wasn't really like a new form for Goku. It was more like a power-up type thing.
I feel like they tried to level it out because you're right. Because when the new movie came out, and they even make a reference to that because it was like, oh well, why can't you go Ultra Instinct? Oh well, I haven't learned how to do it, so we just gonna mellow that shit out when Broly came.
No, in the manga, he has now mastered it.
See what I'm
he
talking-
knows how to do
See?
Ultra Instinct. But
Now let me ask you, did Vegeta master some shit? No.
I just said he got a new form.
But is it Ultra Instinct? It's gonna be something dumb. What's his new form?
He calls it Alter Ego.
See what I'm talking about? Some
something
stupid
like
shit.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, but the thing with how they're doing it is Goku's powers is resemblance of Whis, and Vegeta's powers is related to Beerus. Because remember, Vegeta is the next up for God of Destruction. So he has God of Destructive type form now.
Okay.
And Ultra Instinct is Goku's with Whis. So that's how they're kind of doing it now. Goku is more of an angel, get it, and Vegeta's more of a devil, get it.
So it's like Naruto when Sasuke and Naruto both got their power split.
Bingo.
Okay.
So it's like they're trying to parallel Goku and Vegeta instead of making it look like Goku, but they keep making it look like Goku because Goku beat the last dude.
See what I'm talking?
So.
They never gonna give my man Vegeta his time in the light, bro. They never gonna do that, bro. They never gonna do that.
I thought he was
Everybody
in
just
Resurrection F. Resurrection F came out. I thought Vegeta was finally gonna get his lick back that day. No,
They fucked it up.
they played my man. They played my man.
They play
Daddy
Vegeta
goes
all
to
the
the come
time,
through
bro.
and save the day.
Like
I really thought he was gonna get his lick back.
Man, they did play my
But
man.
But you know what? We're not watching the importance of anime because most of us in our generation, Dragon Ball Z was the introduction to anime.
Agreed.
So
Yeah.
and
I
appreciate
Pokemon.
it for what it's done.
That's real.
I was Pokemon.
Pokemon was.
I was trading cards outside my apartment.
Hey,
with my mom.
You
You have the link with the Nintendo. You linked it up.
Kind
Oh,
of telling people,
Pokemon.
kind of telling people in the park, hey, come, I got that new Pikachu, gold on the joint. But bro,
What?
Pokemon was dope though. Pokemon, but I definitely think the game did a lot of justice for Pokemon because when the game came, I was kind of like,
Yeah,
oh,
it
okay,
was an
bam.
instant
But then
hit.
when the anime show came out, people were so invested in the game. Yeah, you like, oh yeah. This gonna be the business. So I agree with that. I would say Pokemon, and for me, I remember watching Dragon Ball, and I always talk about this episode, but when when Goku had the tail, Dragon Ball, and he's sleeping in between Bulma's legs, but he's smacking the pussy.
Hey, look.
Like, what are you doing, son? I'm like, he's smacking that joke like
Like
where's your,
animation can cross boundaries.
Right.
80s
It really
animation.
can.
Wow, yo.
It was. And I was thinking thinking to
80s
myself,
anime is on some wild shit.
I was like, no
Bro,
wonder
even
this came
even
on at
today,
night.
they still about
Right?
tea.
All that fan service, yeah, they on some wild shit. I
Bro.
don't watch that anime.
That shit was wild, and you know it's funny because when you go to BlerdCon, I remember they had a what's the anime porn? What's it called? Hentai or something like that. They actually have, y'all. I lie to you not. One night they had a hentai like go into the room and you watch hentai all night long, and the room was full, y'all. Like when I tell you it was full, I remember walking in and I'm not even gonna lie to you. I walked in that joint, was like, oh, this is what this is about. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, got it. I mean,
Hey Josh, you can tell us, man, if you spend more than an hour.
No,
It's okay.
How long did you stay in there?
I'm gonna keep it real with y'all.
How long did you stay in there? That's the real question.
I stayed in for about 2 minutes. Then it got a little wild because it's weird because you watch it now. It was girls in there too, but it's like, what's really going on in here, guys? Are we making fun of this, or is some people really serious watching this shit?
Some people actually do watch that shit. I'm not gonna lie. Some people really do.
I was kind of like, I don't know, but like, so I mean, I get it. With anime is just a great thing, and when live adaptations and everything come out, people expect it to be the old school stuff, but it's not going to be that. Like, it's just never going to be that.
I don't expect it to be that, but I want it to be better, man. I want the live action to be better than what the anime was.
But you know what? Do you think Cowboy Bebop is something that could have been like a live action? You know how we talk about all the time how some things just don't need to cross that boundary because it's kind of like, I don't think that could be a live adaptation of the thing. And I do think Cowboy Bebop is one of those things that even if somebody made it a movie and you saw the movie first and never watched the anime, I don't think it would never catch on like it did.
Go ahead, Ness.
Yeah.
If you watch the movie or the anime, the live action before the animation, I think people would like to see the animation because it would be like, hey, where did this come from? So I think they would. If it intrigues them like that. But
like I said, that's why it's for new fans and people who've never even heard of it, and not hardcore people like us who watch it, enjoy it, understand the lore of it.
I stand behind that statement, Kyle, all the time because Jason and I have talked about we use that damn Venom. We use Venom as the prime example. Venom, I was like, what the fuck?
Why y'all got deviate so bad? Like it's like, I agree with y'all that it's not gonna be exact same, but dang, they go
did go left.
They go everywhere but where the core should be. They venture too off the reserve. Like, come back, bring it back to what this really is.
They did. And then when you the whole Julia situation, I was kind of like, damn, they U-turn this bitch right in the middle of the street. I was like, God damn, they really.
I thought even though they were showing her with Vicious, they were going to wait for the last few episodes to bring them together.
Yep.
And do like how they did it in the anime. Albeit in the anime, she was just a dream most of the time. But nah.
In this first season, they killed Vicious off already.
Yeah. So it's not that he's killed off, but it's more like he's taking a back seat. But I'm talking about he's going to be taking a back seat for a while, the way they're putting it.
In wrestling terms, they buried him. He can never get his credibility back. His credibility is gone. I know they're not about to have him come back the second season and like try to make him vicious. It's too late.
It's too late now.
Now no one's going to take that man serious. This man just got handcuffed and snatched up by a girl that was supposedly harmless the whole time.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing, because I definitely see where they was going with that, with giving Julia her wings to do that, because like you said, she's like fragile, but then she comes back like, nah, I run this shit now. I definitely see where they was going with that. And they were setting up the scene. Kai's face is like, what?
Nah, because I'm thinking that's what they did. They did in the second season of Luke Cage at the last part where they killed off Cottonmouth. And like he was basically, they was almost turning him into a mob boss, damn near. Y'all remember that?
So
the second season of Luke Cage.
I didn't finish the second season of Luke Cage, but you go ahead, because at this point I'm not going to.
But that's basically what they did. Like they killed off everybody. Cottonmouth was dead, and they had nobody to like basically run the streets, and it's almost feeling like Luke Cage was going to take over that club. that Cottonmouth was running.
Oh,
Him and his
wow.
mom was running.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Damn.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. So that's what y'all telling me. That's what I'm like.
And literally,
Of
that's
all
literally
people,
what's
that's what
going
I'm feeling
on.
like.
That's literally what's going on, Cowboy Bebop. Like, Vicious is trying to, you know, do the thing with the syndicate. Julia catches him off guard. She throws Spike out there because then she goes like, well, Spike, you must have never really loved me. Boom. And you're like, oh, shit.
She hit Spike hit the let's run away.
Yep.
And she hit the let's take over.
Yep.
It's like what?
Yeah. She pulled a power move like you see in like when the fragile person is
Right.
kind of like, oh, come on. And somebody says, let's run away together. Like, no, I run this shit now. We gonna run it together.
And what did Josh just say? She said, what did she say? I don't want to be scared anymore.
Yep. I don't want to be scared anymore. That's exactly what she
Shoot Spike
said.
out the window at the
Yep.
church scene, of course.
The
And
famous
cuff
scene.
Vicious and capture him.
God's face is like,
Julia
what the
does
fuck?
it.
It's like, what the fuck? Look at his face, bro. It's so much disappointment. I feel so like shit.
It just don't make sense.
It don't make, but see, that's what I'm
How's
saying.
the
It don't make sense.
girlfriend?
Yup.
Like, how's the girlfriend and wife of Vicious and Spike gonna end up being the? You know what?
I mean, that's how I think that's the shock the director was going for, though. He had to change it up at some point that it get you guys riled up, man.
But,
you know?
but see, and you right
It
now
worked.
because it worked because it did because now I'm like, now I want to see how it plays out. Now I'm like, it makes me now even want to see the second season of it, which apparently it's already been renewed for a second season.
Yeah, I already knew going in they was gonna do a second season
Yeah.
since y'all told me. Since they didn't show Ed until like the last 10 minutes of the last episode.
I don't even
They
think he
going
got
for that.
10 minutes, Kyle. I don't even think he got 10 minutes. He may only got 5, if that. Like, it's literally the last few minutes of the episode.
Calls his name, tells him he got a job for him, and then kept calling his name as the show was fading to black.
He literally, but he got the person because he's like, Spike, or like the girl, she's acting like Spike. I mean, like Ed, but then, like literally, you don't know anything about her. You just think, like you said, Jay, she's some loud, obnoxious kid who knows who Spike is. That's all you get. That's all you get. You don't get anything like she's a hacker, no nothing. You don't get none of that. None of that. So it's a terrible way for her introduction, and I definitely feel like for her introduction, it was really bad because nobody else got that same treatment. When we got introduced to everybody else, it was kind of like, okay, boom, now we know. Even if you never seen the anime before, you could tell from everybody's personality, okay, Spike's the one, he kind of doesn't care about anything. Okay, Jet runs it. Well, not runs it, but he's like the older guy who's like, okay, yep, this gonna be our thing. We're gonna do this. I definitely feel like you get that with everybody, but Ed has the worst introduction in the whole show. The worst one.
Yeah, they kind of threw Faye just in our faces in that first episode. And she wasn't introduced until like 4 or 5 in the anime.
Right? And I said it before, her personality was definitely off. But I will say she never gets the personality from the anime series, but she gets her own where you're kind of like, okay, I can deal with this. I can deal with that.
I agree. She was cool.
She was cool. Yeah, I kind of get, okay, you can deal with Faye. Now, like I said, the ending of the whole, how the series ends is kind of bullshit too.
I ain't coming back.
Do you want us to tell you or do you want us to?
Man, right now, let me watch it for
Okay.
myself at this point. That's all y'all done said. I'm like, man, I don't even want to know no more.
Hey.
I'm logging
Well,
off.
I think I have a good switch to it because earlier we were talking about the transitional animes, and even we talked about Mortal Kombat and the movies and the animations that went along with that. I think one that just came out, Arcane, for the League of Legends. I finished watching that, and I think that's like the best like transition.
Somebody told me about that. I haven't watched it yet.
I seen a couple
You heard of
episodes.
that game?
Yeah, it's based on see that. But Nelson, I wanted to ask you that. I don't play League of Legends, so is it gonna be hard for me to like really get into it? Like,
Yeah.
No, it's not going to be hard for you because I mean the animation is just great.
Okay.
I mean it's just something that you can appreciate by itself. It doesn't go along with the lore for each character. It's
Okay.
kind of blended together. because they added some more characters and did some more things. But yeah, like it's really good.
Everybody says it's really dope. So I definitely need to see it because I'm not gonna lie. So far, I've been watching nothing but animes. I am gonna watch over this holiday. I am gonna finish watching Doom Patrol and Titans, Jason. So I'm gonna finish watching that. I don't know. Don't have me go back to the Flash, okay? Because I'm tired of going to the goddamn Speed Force. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of that bullshit.
Snap! I didn't watch last week's episode, and now they're gonna have the sorry. So I'm gonna check out. We're going to the Speed Force. Baby.
Man, the Flash started so good, but it suffered from the same thing Green Lantern did. I mean, not Green Lantern, but Green Arrow. Every time I was like, how the fuck does this man keep getting back on this goddamn island? What the fuck is going on,
Shout out
bro?
to CW.
I was like, and I really want to watch the Flash. I really do, but I know the minute they say anything about the Speed Force, I'm gonna be like, nope, I don't want to watch this.
Nah, we gonna.
I'm like, fuck, here we go again, bro.
Together.
Every time the Speed Force this, the Speed Force that.
I'm gonna sit through these Cowboy Bebops. Y'all gonna have to sit through that.
Right? And I tell people all the time when y'all know my all-time favorite CW show was Smallville. That was my all-time show. Smallville was the truth. Then when Arrow came, I was like, yo, this shit is fire. Third season, once again, like
the first 2 seasons were dope.
Dope. Then after that, we just kept coming back to that goddamn island. Like, yo, what the fuck is going on, yo? And then the Flash, and even when the Flash started the paradox, the Flashpoint, I'm like, okay, I can deal with that. Y'all gonna start it off in the show. Okay, cool. But why do we keep going back to the fucking Speed Force? You goddamn it, you so
got us, huh?
Man.
See, with me being a DC head, I never watched the live action shows. I only watched the animated movies and shows. That's it.
Where you should stay because the animation.
Like that, like I never. The only reason I did watch the Flash, but the only reason I was watching it was because I was working at a juvenile at one point, and the only way we got the kids quiet, like during certain times of the day when we were just on the pod with them, we would put on Flash, and they would just sit there and watch that show. Like some of the people would bring like the whole season, the new season. So that's the only reason I know about that show is because we were watching with the kids at juvenile.
So
it's for the kids.
The power, power, Josh.
Power.
The power of the Flash of the Speed Force. You see how it works? It moves in mysterious ways.
It moves in mysterious ways that the kids want to watch it. I feel
but if it wasn't for that, I never would have watched that show. I was just stuck with movies and the animated shows.
And we talk about all the time how the animated stuff. Yeah, you're not. But the animated stuff is so good that it's hard. Like every DC thing I have watched that's animated. Even the ones that got the worst review, Injustice, it's at least watchable.
Still good.
It's
like
still
I still haven't
good.
seen the Injustice movie yet.
Bro, I think my favorite one still has to be Apocalypse. Apocalypse was dope. The one Apocalypse. Flashpoint Paradox, another good one. All of them are good. I have not seen one bad DC animated movie. Not one.
Death of a Superman, but that might be my comic book review of why I don't like Death of a Superman. You can't fit that in the 2 hours.
The old animated one or the new one?
The new one.
Okay, I can see how you could say that. I can definitely see that.
What's the name of it?
It's called
what was the name of it?
Superman versus Doomsday? Was it Superman versus Doomsday? Because it's two.
It's called The Death of Superman.
The Death of Superman. That's right. The Death of Superman. Because it starts off with him fighting Doomsday, but then it ends. You get
this
the rest
is Eradicated Steel. Yeah,
right.
It's Eradicated Steel Superboy. He's already dead.
Right, because you get the rest of the. You get Mark. I was about to say Mark Henry, but I was about to say Mark Henry. What's the black Superman who does the steel? What's his name?
Irons.
Henry Irons. You get him, and you get the Eradicate. You get all those Superman, but the Death of Superman was good too when he fights Doomsday. That shit. I love that because the whole Justice League took an L, and that's how it's supposed to be. Man, Flash had to pick up Green Lantern, but when he knocked Hawkman out there like this, Hawkman in the alley like this.
Just like in what was it? Justice League Dark, Apocalypse War.
Man, Apocalypse was so good, bro.
That
was a dark ass movie.
Man, yeah, that was good though.
I love that because first of all, it's Darkseid. We all know Darkseid. He kicking ass.
You know how you get down.
And right, he kicking ass. So to see them take a L, they actually lose They actually lose. Superman hiding in the bar. Arrogant, the demon, he like, man, my life is in shambles. he drinking his life away.
He mind controls Batman and uses him as his tactician.
Bro, and when he kicked Damian's ass, I knew it was real. When Damian, because the only time I ever seen him fight was Batman versus Robin. And you know, when he's trying to take on the Court of Owls. And basically, when I'm trying to tell you that shit, when he burned his ass, I was like, oh shit. And then when Darkseid ended up carving the Kryptonite S in his chest and made the Flash run to power the jump, I was like, this shit real. And then fucking when Trigon, when Raven had to call Trigon, her own father, who she like, when she had to call his ass, I was like, yep, this is it.
That's how you know it got serious. That's how you know she was not trying to call on him at all.
She told John, "Are you fucking crazy? You want me to call who? You're fucking crazy."
And how did it end again, Josh? How did the movie end?
Don't go there. Don't fucking do that. Don't fucking do that. The Flash had to run in the Speed Force to reverse time. Fucking bullshit. Every
all comes back to the Flash.
All go back to the damn Speed Force. Your man said, "How did it end?" That bullshit. Because the minute he took off, AJ, the minute he took off, I was like this. Episode over. I'm not watching this shit. Here you go. That damn Speed Force, bro. That damn Speed Force.
That's exactly what happened when I got to episode 3, dog. I was like,
you just bro, man, that shit. Oh my gosh. But I enjoyed Bebop. I know some of y'all, well, preferably y'all two down at the bottom. my man Kai still gotta watch. I'm curious to see what he gonna do when his thing comes up, like after he finishes.
Yeah, you gonna see me tweet about it. Trust me. You gonna see me.
And I definitely, Kai, if you want to come on the show, I'm nothing but a tweet away. We talk about every shit that comes across that week. We talk about. We really try to do it on Tuesdays. If life ain't getting the best of us, trying to wear me down and shit. But we definitely try to do it on Tuesday so we can be up. Like, I think the episode after we watched the Snyder cut of the Justice League, we was like emergency podcast, because this shit needs to be emergency podcast. When the Snyder cut came out. So we normally run it with one more person, our boy Scott. But he out right now, so he probably not gonna be back for like another week. So, but if y'all definitely want Nelson to kind of ease his way into the show like a goddamn roach, so yo man, they gotta ease his way into the show. But you know, if you wanna come on, bro, it's nothing but a tweet. You know, if you just like, hey Jay, we running this week, I'll be like, yep, yay and nay, here it is. Long as I don't panic, because like today I was like, oh wait, what time did I tell him? Wait, are we out behind? Now, I was losing it, guys. I was like,
just remember, shit. I'm an hour behind y'all. Y'all on the East Coast.
So I was like, shit. So
that's better for you, because when it comes out, it's bedtime.
Right. So I was like, yeah, but man, I just knew I had to. When you put out the tweet for Cowboy Bebop, I was like, yo, Kai gotta be on this joint, because so far he's the only other person I know like who's like, okay, this joint is all right. But now, since I know you haven't watched, I'm scared that
I ain't seen the last 4. That's like that's gotta be the indicators. Like that's gonna change it. Like it's gonna be a 7 or a 5 now.
So I definitely confidently I can say you definitely watch the anime. So I definitely feel like your rating is going to go down once you watch the last couple episodes. I definitely feel though. I just want to see how bad it goes down. That's the joke. Because I told Jason how I thought about it. Jason was like, the fuck? He was like, what the fuck?
At the time I tweeted you were an episode ahead of me. You was on 5, I was on 4. So my reactions were legit like, okay, I'm hearing you. I wasn't knocking your opinion. I'm just like, I was like, okay. And then, like I said, once I got to 5 or 6, that's when I was like, right. By the time I got to 5 or 6, you texted, was like, yo, we doing this Sunday. I was like, oh, I'm about to Hulkamania leg drop this joint right here. Like, right when you text, I'm already done. I'm like, this joint, I'm about to throw this joint away now. Like, I'm done with the show. You text that, and I was like, okay.
Literally,
This,
my cousin was asking me how it was. I'm like, yo, cuz this thing fire. You gotta watch it. She was like, and she texted me, and she was like, you know the little face from like this. She texted me that shit. She was like, were you watching the same fucking show? And I was like, oh man. I was like, shit. It's like shit. Man, I thought at least she was gonna like it, because I ain't gonna lie to you, and we can make fun of her. But just like 2 weeks ago, she started watching Castlevania. So they was talking about Alucard. I was like, you do know Alucard is Dracula spelled backwards, right? She was like,
Castlevania, that show,
Castlevania is the truth.
Castlevania,
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's what I expect when they do a remake, man. That's the expectation
But
they live into.
Castlevania don't count as a remake because it was just a fucking game.
But because that comes from a video game.
Yeah, that don't count. That don't count, Nelson.
Well, I mean, it sounds like because Arcane is good,
but
the Mortal Kombat sucks. But it looked like the ones that's coming from video games look like they
the
nice.
Mortal Kombat animated. Have y'all seen that one? Legend of Scorpion.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That one was pretty good, even though it kind of felt like a video game storyline.
Exactly.
But it felt like Mortal Kombat 9 storyline all over again, but it was still good.
But you just nailed it. God just nailed it because I was going to say that. Make note that every video game that spawns that's an animation is good. That's an animation. Yeah. When it comes to movies, no, that doesn't like. I mean, even though.
Because have y'all seen that trailer for Uncharted with Tom Holland?
Yes.
As Drake.
Yes. In fact, how did you feel about that when you watched that?
I've seen the trailer, but
how did you feel about that?
I kind of wish they got because I don't know, because Tom Holland is still kind of young to be Nathan Drake. Nathan Drake is like in the game is like our age or a little bit older.
Yeah, I agree.
They got Mark Wahlberg, so it kind of threw me off a little bit with the casting choice and the direction.
Yeah, and I definitely feel like Tom is a good actor, but I definitely feel like they cast that one real wrong. Like
they cast it like real young down there.
Real young.
Old, like he's in his 60s.
But I think the good thing about Uncharted though is because they already do casting in the video game, man. So I'm sure they can make that transition easier.
The trailer already threw me off. The whole scene where the crates are falling out the back and he's jumping from the crate to crate. I was like, come on now. Like, I understand it's a movie, but that's almost on the line of the Fast Furious when he jumped the Hellcat. They was like, I'm gonna jump this fucking Hellcat. So the Hellcat gets caught on like a damn steel rod and he swings the Hellcat like he's Tarzan from the goddamn jungle. And I'm like, come on, bro. This shit wild.
Like, bro, I can't even believe you even brought up Fast and Furious, man.
It's so wild. Like, I definitely feel like as far as stunts go, there's some stunts that I'm like, okay, that's a little overboard. A little goddamn overboard.
I never played none of the games, but I know somebody who's extensive. They say they look like National Treasure with Nicolas Cage in it based off the trailer.
That's basically what it is. Like, picture Tomb Raider.
I like National Treasure though.
Picture Tomb Raider in dude form with a lot more wittiness to it.
Literally.
Yeah.
Because the dude is witty as hell in the games.
Witty as hell. Yeah. He almost reminds me
of his Sully
John
always
Constantine.
going at it back and forth and shit.
Yeah.
And they're keeping the Sully mustache of Mark Wahlberg,
bro.
Right?
Bro.
Nah, I don't think he has one.
Bro.
Oh man.
He look normal as hell.
That picture is amazing. That picture is amazing when they released that picture.
He might have. I don't know. I haven't seen the trailer since
they showed it in the trailer. I saw the trailer. They didn't see it, but I'm looking for that Sully.
That thick ass.
That damn caterpillar mustache, bro. Hey, old caterpillar mustache head ass. Jay, I did watch the new Spider-Man trailer, so I'm done. I didn't want I'm done with the movie, but I reached my trailer cap. So no more trailers for me.
Hey, that's what I think about. That's what I think about when these movies come out, man. They just in a whole different universe. You know what I'm saying? They in the multiverse. They just separate. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm really. I want to just see Blade. I want to see the trailer for Blade. Blade will determine, because we talked about Blade on here, and I definitely want Blade to have an R rating. Is it going to happen? I don't think. How y'all
feel about Mahershala Ali being Blade?
I think it's a good pick.
Hey, he's a good actor.
Yeah, I think he's a good pick.
He's a great actor.
He's a great actor. I agree. I definitely think he has showed his worth in True Detective. I liked him in The Green Book. He's a good actor. I'm curious to see, even in Battle Angel. And he did good in I'm curious
and
to
he
see.
was in Spider-Man as a voice actor.
Oh, that's right. In the multiverse. That's in the multiverse, right? Yeah, he surely was.
Uncle Aaron. That's what he was. Uncle Aaron.
That's right. He surely was.
Yeah, he was a voice.
I think he's gonna do a good job. My man Wesley Snipes did treat it out. He's gonna do a good job. You know, Wesley Snipes gave him the approval. I'm curious to see how his action scene's gonna be though, because I don't know how he's gonna do in action scenes. And I know everybody thinks that action is like, it's literally a dance. It's literally a dance. And
hey, but Blade action scenes are different, dog.
But that's because Wesley Snipes.
That's because Wesley Snipes actually practiced martial arts.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Exactly. Marshall, I don't think he's done anything where it required him to like be physical. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's done anything like that.
Nah, yes.
Yeah, I don't remember a movie where he's been now. Wesley Snipes, like I said, Wesley Snipes used to practice, like, you know.
He was an action. He was an action movie hero. Like he was in action movies. Yeah,
literally.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how they're gonna do his fighting scenes, because I'm not saying Blade has to be action up, but he's Blade, so we got to have some action in it. And we all know, y'all know, I definitely like Blade 2 more than out of all of them, but Blade 2, Blade 1, and then the last Blade. But if you think about it, like he was saying, Wesley Snipes is an action star, so his scenes were always good. He was for that time, Blade was ahead of his game. Now, if they're smart, this is what they do. Because most people don't know, if I'm not mistaken, the reason there is a Blade is because of Morbius. If I'm not mistaken, I thought it was Morbius that bit Blade's mother. If I'm not, I could be wrong on that. But if they're smart, what they'll do, they'll flash Blade in Morbius. Like maybe like an end credit scene, or right before it ends, they show like the sword. Hear me out, Jay. Here it is. Look, Morbius is on like some ledge, right? They cut the camera to like a couple way around the city, like a couple blocks, and all you see is Blade like pull down his glasses, but you know it's Blade because he pulled down the glasses. He got the sword in the back. Scene, movie over. Then we can go on.
See.
I hope so, man. My hopes are so low. That's why I'm not saying anything.
For Blade?
For Blade?
I'm being scarred, man. I'm taking L's.
Oh, no.
Hold on, Jay. But why?
Blade was good.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Okay, I'm gonna hear
not
you
saying
out, bro.
it would be bad. I just don't want to jinx nothing for me personally no more. So I'm just gonna shut up, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm just gonna shut up, man.
I think we talked about it before, where Marvel has that formula, man.
Yeah,
they got the formula.
They agree. They got
so
it.
like I think they're not gonna release anything that's crap, man.
I agree.
Especially they want to bank off, you know, like they just
especially since they tied him into the MCU. So
exactly. Well, he was already in the MCU. He was in the MCU. But also too, like Black Panther, they want the same thing to happen and keep on happening again.
But see, I definitely feel Black Panther and Blade are a little bit different, because people like to fake like they knew about Black Panther, but we talk about it all the time. Before the MCU became the MCU, the only people that carried Marvel were the X-Men, Spider-Man, along those lines. Now, I'm not saying that Black Panther didn't exist. And Iron Man, right. Those big ones.
Iron Man didn't come till later, but yeah, before that it was X-Men, Spider-Man.
And not a lot of people knew about Black Panther. Like, of course we knew because we were into that type of stuff, but not a lot of people knew that Black Panther was Black Panther. Because like even now when I tell people that, you know, in the comic book he actually married Storm, they're like, for real? They crossed paths? Like, yes. Like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know too much about Black Panther until the movie came out.
Right. But that was the smart thing about Marvel. They knew people didn't know too much about Black Panther. So what does that do? That opens up the doors, because now you know, okay, there's a Black Panther movie. Let me read about Black Panther. Oh, he did this. And the bar was kind of set kind of high for that, because number one, Black Panther is a black hero, and we don't have too many of those. Okay, so the bar was kind of set like, yo, we can't fuck this up. This has to be good. So I definitely feel like the bar was set high for Black Panther. I think that bar is going to be the same for Blade. That's why I feel like it's going to be good, because now not only do you have Blade, but a lot of people kind of know about Blade because of the old Wesley Snipes movies. So I definitely
some
feel
people
like,
can argue that Blade is the introduction to these superhero and comic genres merging onto the
Wait, you talking about for like
to the
movie
movie.
wise?
Well, for
Yes.
Marvel, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe for Marvel, yeah.
Right.
Agreed. And then, you know, back in the day, most people don't even know that Marvel almost went bankrupt. And literally,
Yeah, it was because of Blade.
and Blade saved their ass. Like
Blade saved it. They had to sell Spider-Man.
Right, and see, that's where the whole thing with Spider-Man and everything came, because they had to. But I told you that they ain't getting that back. They gonna have to come with some dollar signs if they want to get it. Because if I was Sony, I wouldn't sell it back either. Because no matter Spider-Man, you can literally put out a Spider-Man, y'all. We could be dead in the grave. Another Spider-Man could literally come out every 6 years, and people would still go see it. Because it's Spider-Man.
I mean, what you mean? You're talking about it, but it's already been done. We got
what? And
we got 3 different Spider-Man movies.
And it's gonna be done after we're dead. When we dead, they're gonna do it again. Spider-Man is gonna keep being able to come.
They got Game 2 coming out as well, so
and I'm glad
they're
that
not letting that go at all.
Right.
Because they still got the rights to that with the game.
See, and Marvel's doing something really good, because even with Shang-Chi, not a lot of people know about Shang-Chi, but Shang-Chi, literally in the comics, his hands are literally the best in the Marvel universe. And the thing about it, he don't really have superpowers. In the comic book, he really don't have superpowers. He's just good at hand-to-hand combat. But now, don't get me wrong, they kind of jacked the story with the Mandarin and the rings, but I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let it slide, Jay, because the movies are not for us. They're not for us comic book heads. They're for a new generation coming in. So I'm curious to see how the rings are gonna work. I'm curious. So I'm gonna give them due credit. I'm gonna say Marsha is gonna murder it. But I want him to, in order for the Blade to sell, it has to have not only Blade, but it has to have a good goddamn villain. It has to have a good villain.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering who's going to be the villain.
The villain, see, and I think people underestimate, a hero is good, but like I tell people all the time, Aquaman would have been fantastic, but the villain, even though it's Black Manta, it didn't do enough for me. It didn't give me that Aquaman, thing, because it's a villain. Your villains are literally what make your movie too. It's not just the heroes, because look at it. Vulture,
they're like Ocean Master.
That's like Infinity War and Endgame with Thanos.
And Thanos is a good person to start off. You know what I'm saying? That was a good introduction. Ocean Man, the dude who played Ocean Master, he didn't sell it for me. He didn't sell the ruthlessness for me. He did good. It just wasn't, and that could have been the writing though. That could have been the way it was written. So it just didn't do it for me with that. And then, okay, like, it just didn't do it for me for the hero, for the villain part of it. And maybe that's because they were trying to introduce Aquaman to this kind of like an origin story. So maybe that too, So, and we talk about that all the time. How many heroes really need origin stories? I definitely think Aquaman kind of really doesn't need one.
Yes, he do.
You think so?
Family Guy damn near killed this man.
Yeah, he kind of do a little bit. I agree with him.
Yeah.
For real? You think he needs one, guys?
Bruh, they killed my man. Family Guy almost.
You're talking about a new.
Isn't the Family Guy with the yeah.
Now let me ask you.
We talked about this new audience.
Time.
We talked about the new audience and how they have to still get introductions to these characters.
Because it's not for us. You're right.
You say the Trinity. You say DC.
Because he's not like he.
Yeah, but I stand by that. The DC Trinity needs to end. There doesn't need to be another
that
Wonder Woman movie.
That don't include Aquaman.
Right, but technically he's not part of the Trinity. It's literally only now he's a founding member of the Justice League. But a lot of people forget that he's a founding member. But the Trinity, when I'm talking about like Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman, they don't need another movie for the next 4 or 5 years. Straight up.
They don't need origin stories either.
Yeah, they don't need origin stories either.
They don't. We already know about this.
Exactly. Yeah. Everybody know how Batman became Batman. Everybody now Superman. Everybody know about Wonder Woman. You're right. They definitely don't need one.
Cyborg don't need another origin story either after Snyder's cut.
See, but I don't think his was done. The Snyder cut made up for it, but
that's all Warner Brothers' fault with him. With what happened.
Facts.
It really is. They was cutting a lot of shit out in that original one.
Yo, the first thing I said when we did the show for a Snyder Cut, I said they literally cut out everything for his part in the movie. Everything. Like, and that's what I have a problem with, because who sat there and approved that? Like, what? But even Weedham has to respond. He has to answer to another executive. I'm pretty sure executive. So let me see the movie before y'all put it out. Because even when you're watching the original, you can see, like, man, you can tell they cut this. Like, it was terrible.
But listen, but that's what made you appreciate the Snyder's Cut, because it gave the audiences a look into how a movie is made, how much is taken out of a movie, man.
That's true.
It really, like, it made you really appreciate that.
That's true.
Because they took out a lot. And then when they added it in, you know, you really appreciate the story that you were giving. I don't care if it was 4 hours, 5 hours long.
Yeah.
It was such a good story. I was oh my gosh.
But you know, I had talked about, you right, it was a good story, but I have also talked about how I'm fine with movies being 4 hours. Like, when we get back to normal and the movie theater's up, I'm fine with sitting in a movie theater for 4 hours. If it's an intermission, and like if we get
intermission,
if we get an intermission, like at 2 hours, like, okay. God,
certain movies, yeah. Not every movie. Like, I don't want 4 hours of a comedy.
Yeah, yeah. Now you're right about that. You're right about that.
You get that an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, but 4 hours is some kind. Oh man,
well, maybe for, like, you're absolutely right, because nobody wants.
But maybe like a good drama movie or a crime movie or action, 4 hours, because it's keeping you on your toes all the time. But comedy,
it did. Yeah, comedy.
But
not gonna do that.
That mean the price gonna go up. If it's a 4 hour movie, the price gonna go up. It's gonna double.
But you know, me and Jason talked about this. So far since we've been home, I have no problem sitting at home. Like, to be honest, if I never go to another movie theater again, it would not hurt me. It really wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
It really.
I ain't been to one in the whole minute.
I'm so glad I got my HBO.
Hey, son. I don't think, I really don't think, Kai, and you said it right, I don't think well, shit, I haven't been in a damn movie theater since the beginning of COVID. It's like, probably since like 2020.
Because they're putting them on streaming services the same day movies come out. It's like King Richard out last weekend. The same day it was out.
King Richard was a good movie, too.
You watched it?
My goodness, man. I watched it, man.
Was it good?
I watched it, too.
It was good. It was a good movie, man. I mean,
Daddy stubborn as hell, boy.
Hey. But you know what? You know who he remind me of? LeVar Ball, yo.
Oh, okay. I thought you was gonna say the Jackson 5.
Basically.
They both was crazy, and they just saw it, man. And nobody understand genius when they see it, man. Nobody understands the prophets when they see him in real life, man. Like, nobody can believe it.
So was he hard on them like Joe Jackson was on Michael and them? Was he hard like that?
He wasn't that hard.
Okay.
He wasn't that hard.
He had a vision for them, and he was sticking by that shit. Like,
he said he had like a 78-page plan ready when they were born.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to see this.
He only deviated from the plan once, and that was it.
Yeah. It was very detailed. Like, he was that anal about that plan.
So basically, I wanted to watch that. I have this weird thing. If I sit down and eat, watch a good movie, I can't eat. I can't drink it. I gotta like be focused on like the movie. Don't ask me why. It's weird. I can't do it though. I'm like, oh,
how you want to be focused on the movie, but you don't like reading subtitles, dog?
That's different because I'm doing this the whole time. I'm going.
Talking about I can't eat enough. All you doing is listening, bro. What you mean listening and watching?
Bro, I knew somebody was gonna bring up that dub shit again. I mean, that sub shit again. Oh my god. But that's what I had, gentlemen. If anybody else got any last thoughts they want to add on the show, please feel free.
No more live action anime movies, man.
Damn, it just had to come out. You just had to do it. You just had to do no more live action, bro.
And I'm 0 for 2 because before all this broke out, I used to look at animes and go.
Check out Rurouni Kenshin on Netflix.
The new ones, not the old ones, the new ones.
I'm gonna check out Rurouni Kenshin.
That was good. Yeah, Rurouni Kenshin was
my
good.
next watch this.
Those are good. Those
check out Arcane.
They stuck to the anime really well.
Wow. I mean, they did though, and they did. I mean, it was even the fight scenes were dope. And I mean, they were hard.
They did really well in those two. Man, and it's only 2 of them: the final and the beginning.
2 of them, right? And they right on Netflix.
And Battle Royale, I don't think that was ever an anime, but it was definitely a manga. And
That's the one I did see that. That was good too, though.
That's
That
like
was good.
I had to call it Squid Game, but it was Squid Game before Squid Game.
Right, exactly. I remember that. Okay.
But way before all this broke out, I used to look at when they tried with Dragon Ball Z. I used to say stuff like Dragon Ball Z Bleach can't be live action because with all the powers and the blasts and CGI. But there were 3 movies. Well,
they tried Dragon Ball Z
and
so
that shit
bad.
And that shit was
they
terrible.
Still trying.
That shit was terrible.
My gosh.
Oh my
they didn't
God!
let that dream die.
When the dude from Shameless was goddamn Goku, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yo, look at Kai, yo.
That Dragon Ball Evolution show was trash. I mean, bro.
There was 4 animes that I'm sure there's a lot more that I'm missing, but there was 4 in particular. I was like, yo, if they live action this, it would be great. And I'm already over 2. One was Death Note. And I thought they could live action Death Note because it's realistic. I'm like, it gotta be something
very
grounded.
realistic. It is.
And I'm like, Death Note, right? Wrong.
William Dafoe did good though. William Dafoe did good in his part in Death Note. He did good. Other than that,
Bebop, wrong.
Wrong.
They're working on Gundam. I think Gundam could work if it's its own story, but if they try to copy the OG, I'm gonna be afraid if they try to take from
Gundam
can work, man. Gundam can work.
I don't think
I can see Gundam working. I can see Gundam working.
I don't think Gundam can work. I honestly don't.
Because they already. What's the other movie they came out with? That's
Pacific Rim.
Yeah, Pacific Rim.
Look at Pacific Rim. Go ahead. Time out, bro.
What a good Gundam movie. You know what they got?
Gundam movie.
Oh my God.
They got in Japan. They got a Tokyo Revengers live action in Japan.
That could work.
I need to see this.
They got a Tokyo Revengers movie in Japan.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's in Japan though. Like it hasn't released in America at all. Like, I can't find any link.
I need to see that.
I've seen a trailer for it.
Look, man, if the Power Rangers can work, Gundam can work, yo.
Time out. First of all, now, hey, the Power Rangers on a pedestal. Stop playing with my movie like that. Stop playing with a movie like that, bro. You wildin'. The sequel to the
Power Rangers.
Yo, bro.
And the last one is Monster. I don't know if they're ever gonna do Monster, at this point. If y'all never watched an anime called Monster, and you can watch that one dubbed if you want. I watch the sub, but it's called Monster. It is very, very dope. It's super grounded. It is realistic. It's called Monster.
Is it on Funimation?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm
Del Toro was attached to do the live action for HBO Max a long time ago, but I don't know.
Hey, Del Toro got to. I don't think Del Toro has put out anything bad ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Basically, it's about this guy. He's a big time, and trust me, by telling y'all this, I'm far from giving away the spoiler. It's one of those drama. Anyway, the character is a doctor, and he's like this big famous doctor, and he's on his way to like being like the head doctor or the practice manager of this hospital. And then one day he has he has it all. He's the famous doctor. He's dating the owner's daughter, big doctor on town. Shows up to the hospital. As he was leaving the hospital one day, there was a family sitting in a waiting room crying because the manager was telling him to do surgery on this person and not this little family's father. Okay. So when he was done, he comes out the room and the family's crying like, what life is bigger than the next? You went and saved whoever and you couldn't help my husband and so on and so forth. Now, the dude didn't know that was an option. The owner just came to him and said, yo, go do surgery on this. So the dude had no idea about this little family sitting in the lobby. He had no idea.
Okay.
He's like, man, you know what? The next time something like this happens, I'm going to do the right thing and help out the little man. One day he comes to the hospital and there's a kid that was shot in the head. Also, there's a guy who funds the hospital also needing surgery. Manager comes to him again. Yeah, manager comes to him again. He's like, yo, I'm going to save this kid real quick and then I'm going to go in there and help the dude that fund the hospital. Dude's like, F the kid. Just help the dude this the dude to fund the hospital. So of course, the manager walks out the room and the main character's like, let me go save this kid. So he goes, saves the kid. Some bum dude does the surgery on the guy who funds the hospital. He dies. The manager fires the main character. The girlfriend, the daughter, leaves him. Become a straight bum.
So his whole life is just like trash now because he did the right thing.
You know what this story sounds like? It sounds just like Doctor Strange.
Hey, I knew you was doing the same Doctor Strange, son.
Sounds just
It really do.
bro.
It does.
Sounds just like Doctor Strange. A little pieces here and there, but yeah, that sounds the same.
Yeah. So one night drunk, he goes, man, let me go back in the hospital to go check on the kid. Now the manager didn't fire the dude. The manager just like, you're never going to be the manager. You're never going to run this place. And since I have you under contract, you're not going to go nowhere else. So you're done, you know. So he locked in. So he can't even get another job per se. So he walks back into the hospital, check on the kid. The doctor's dead, the nurse is dead, and the kid is gone. And I'll let y'all watch it from there.
And what's this called? Monster, you said?
It's called Monster.
It's called Monster. It's called Monster.
Damn.
Yeah, that okay. So let
Check
me
it
make
out.
sure this right. I got Tokyo Revenge, right? And Monster.
Tokyo Avengers.
Tokyo Avengers,
Yeah.
okay. And Monsters.
Monster.
Hey, that's
Great
dub.
pretender. Great pretender.
Tokyo Revengers dub, man.
Yeah, there's no.
Okay. What's that one y'all you just said? Y'all real funny. Y'all real funny too. Y'all real funny.
Hey, Great Pretenders on Netflix. There's a dub on that one.
You know, I'm gonna watch that one
And
first.
for the manga readers, have y'all read Kaiju number 8 or started reading Kaiju number 8?
Not yet. I need to catch up on One Punch Man.
Hey, my man.
One
Man.
Punch.
Hey, that's my favorite
I'm
anime.
behind on that. He
One
just
Punch
released
Man, my
a new
favorite.
volume last month.
Damn. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's been hard for me to get in One Punch Man too.
How is it hard, man? It's a big joke, bro.
It's a parody.
It's making fun of every anime, bro. How? It's so
I only watched
hilarious.
the first season on Netflix. I haven't gone farther.
That's the whole point. Not take it serious.
I need to watch, like, and maybe it was just timing too. Like, that's how I definitely feel. Because in the beginning, I did not like Naruto. I was like, this shit is. I do not like this shit.
I didn't either. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not like Naruto at all.
I was like, what the? And then I for some odd reason, I just watched it to like the second or third episode. I was like, oh, this shit getting kind of hard body. I was like, all right, this Joan nice.
Hey, Naruto
My
got,
friends
it
are always
got a lot
watching
of
in
fillers.
college. My friends are always watching in college. I'm like, why are you watching this bullshit? And then when I sat down and watched it for myself one summer, I was like, damn, it's kind of good.
Yo,
Hey.
people was like, George, you don't watch Naruto?
And that's when like it was still going on. I
Right,
started
right.
Naruto when they had just finished Shippuden.
Oh wow, okay.
So I was already.
Can you-
I could just sit through and binge watch the whole thing. So I had to wait week to week.
Ooh, I got a good point. Can you
So
imagine?
I skipped all those fillers.
Damn. So
Yeah, I didn't like
from
the
my
fillers.
understanding, Shippuden is just like Naruto, but without all the fillers, right? Is that right?
Shippuden still has fillers, but
Shippuden
it's
is
just
older. Okay.
Older.
it's just he's older. He's becoming a
It's Dragon Ball Z. You got
Okay.
Dragon Ball Z, Naruto Shippuden.
Got you.
But could you
okay.
imagine?
Okay.
Could you imagine if Dragon Ball Z took the same route Naruto did to Boruto and Gohan was the man?
Hey, don't bring up stuff
Which
we don't
was
like talking
supposed to
about.
happen?
Don't bring up stuff we don't like talking about, bro. You leave Gohan out of this. Like,
Goku is not mature enough for that.
yeah, he's not. He's not.
Can you picture a
Not a
mature
real
Goku?
adult.
Yeah.
Can you picture a mature Goku?
Nope. And you know
No.
what? Hey, Kai, we said this. I feel like Goku is so one-dimensional now. Like, all he cares about is fighting. That blows me. Like, I swear, like, he at least used to fight for shit that he believed in. Like, now he's just like, I want to fight. It's getting so fucking annoying, bro. Like, I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
God.
he's a true Saiyan now. Like his
He
fighting
is.
spirit is high.
Like, all he cares about is fighting. Like, I'm like, oh my God, bro.
Fighting and training, that's it.
And that's it. Your man Gohan going through life by himself. Gohan hitting puberty. Goku not even there. He out on the planet training with King Kai and shit. You know what
Going
I'm
to
saying?
college.
Goten too. Goten, the youngest son, he not even seeing him.
Goten don't even know what his father. He think his damn father Piccolo. His think his damn father Piccolo, bro. Goku don't do no joke. In fact, I should make a shirt that say Happy Father's Day from Goku too, because that'll be an inside joke too.
No bullshit.
Goku don't raise no damn kids. So, Kai, you got anything? You got any last jokes you want to throw down, bro?
I ain't got nothing, man. So follow me on all social media, Black Supreme Kai, everything, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. It's all the same, Black Supreme Kai.
Oh man, like don't worry, guys. I'm gonna try to get everybody back on the show. Kai gonna be back on here. You know, if he wants to join us, he's more than welcome. I'll send the invite. Kai be like, hey, bro, you good this week? And we can run a show. It's all good. Like, no bull. Nobody sponsored on this joint. We just doing it for fun now. When we get up, I'm going to start charging you viewers $5 to watch this. But yeah, so we definitely, and just to let y'all know too, it's a chill vibe. So if y'all want to get on, just send me a message. There's plenty of times where I invite other people onto the show. You know, Discord only let us hold like 6 people, so I think it's only like 6 that they allow you to have at one call. But still, if y'all want to go on, let me know. Kai, you know, definitely join us again. Nelson, when you just weeded your way into the show, so I guess you here permanently, I guess, at this point.
Hey, look, man, I'm not saying how I got here. I'm here. Right?
Hey, I'm with it. So, but Kai, definitely, man, if you wanna come on, please, it is nothing. You just hit me up. I'll be like, we doing it this week, Kai. You good? You know, you can say yay or nay because it literally runs like this. It's just a good shit, having fun, like, and talking about the nerd shit that I love so much. You know what I'm saying? So, it's been Frosty. I love you all. Can't be good at it.